Hello, my name is Sam Nightingale and today I'm going to show you how to tie a one up one down rig. This rig is perfect for flatfish, bass, wrasse and most other bottom feeding fish. I'm now going to show you what you need to tie the rig. Right, so first of all, here are the selection of hooks we're going to use. These are the size 1 mustard ultra point worm hooks, which are ideal for using baits such as ragworm and lugworm. Right, so here are the 3mm beads by Gemini. They do a clear and a black version. I'm going to use the clear version today. They then do the 40. This is the Gemini swivels again. These are the 45-pound snood swivels. These are attaching your snood clips onto. This is an 80-pound rig body swivel. This is for attaching it to your clip, wherever you're going to clip it onto your main line, really, on your rod. Here are the snood clips, which will then attach one of them to one of them, and then put a tiny bit of tube in over, which I'll show you in a second. The link clip, which is ideal for attaching a lead to the line, to the rig. And there are the Gemini micro crimps. Right, we're now going to show you the selection of line we're going to use today. The 15-pound Memorex is ideal for the snoods, and the 50-pound is what we use for the main rig body. We're now going to use a 5-ounce System 100 Gemini sinker, which is 150 grams. And down here we have the tube in which we're going to slide over the snood clips. Right, so we now need to take a section of 60cm Memorex in 15-pound. Cut that off with the scissors. Right, we now get the hook we're going to use, which is a size 1 mustard ultra point. And for this, we're going to tie a 5-turn half blood knot, like so. Pull that back through the hole that you've wrapped around. Almost put it tight. Then moisten your knot. It's always important to do that. It doesn't stop them. It stops them from the friction from heating up and damaging the line. We will then cut the tag end like so. Right. We now thread on a 3cm length of the 1.5 tubing by Gemini. Right, we'll get one of the snood clips out of the box like I showed you earlier. These are these, and they clip easy onto the 45-pound snood swivels. Same thing as the hook, we use a 5-turn half blood knot. And again, throw back through the hole you made when you wrap it round, like so. Before you pull tight, moisten the knot again. And trim the tag end. You will need to repeat that step twice because you're going to use, this is a 2-hook rig. Right, so here's what we're going to use to make the main body part of the rig. Right, so first we'll take one of the mini crimps, we'll thread it on to the 50-pound Memorex. We'll then take one of the 3mm beads by Gemini and push that onto the Memorex. We'll then follow this up by a 45-pound snood swivel, 3mm bead again, and another crimp. Right, we do the same process again, but we don't thread on the second crimp. So we put the first crimp on, the bead, the swivel, another bead. We don't put the last crimp on because the last bead sits tight against the link clip we're going to tie on now using a 2 to 3-turn half blood knot. Moisten the knot and pull tight. Right, now we'll pull the first crimp down over the top of the bead so it sits flush against the clip like that. We'll then get a pair of the pliers and crimp that on. Right, so now get the snood we tied earlier, like so, and then we'll push the little snood swivel onto the link clip, pull tight. Now you've got to moisten this part, and then we get the blue piece of silicone, we push that over the lock to neaten it all up and to create a booming effect. This will push the rig apart from the main rig body and the lead and will stop it from tangling and cast. So we get a perfect presentation on the seabed. Right, so that's that bit done. We now attach the 150 gram 5 ounce Gemini sinker onto a link clip like so. Right, we now lean that on your surface you're going to be doing the rig on, and we do the same with the second rig, but before crimping it you need to do this part. We now do exactly the same. We'll link that on like we did in the first step, moisten it again, pull the tubing over. Like so. Right, we will now pull that up tight to that. I need to get the hook so it sits roughly 5 centimetres away from the bottom snood arrangement. We will then crimp on the crimp like we did with the first one. Push the second crimp. Just a bit tangled up there. And crimp that on in place. Right, so now I'd say probably about 10 to 15 centimetres away from that, and cut a bit off. Right, we'll now tie on the 80 pound mainline body swivel. With a 4-turn half blood knot. Before pulling it tight, moisten the knot, then pull tight, and cut tag end. Cut it off. Right, so here's for this rig ready to be cast. You need to attach the main line to this swivel, and on the seabed it will sit naturally like this. So the hook link will be away from the lead, and it's where the flatfish or the bass will be. So if you get a bite, it will have that tiny bit of movement just to pull the tip gently down, ready for you to strike the bite. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe. We hope to have a new video up every fortnight in association with Gemini Tackle. Their website is at the top of the screen and mine is at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching, and tight lines.